Hello, everybody, and welcome to the news episode, this new interview. Today, we're going to dive in the Detroit techno music scene with Tom and Angie.
Hello.
Thank you very much for being here for accept this invitation.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. For a start, I'd like to know, how do you get involved in the electronic techno music in Detroit? You have a lot of history there, you know.
Yes.
It's very important.
For me, at least, there's always been a culture of underground music, of funk music, of techno music. As a kid, it was a little bit hip hop, a little bit industrial, house, techno. I didn't know what the difference was between any of them, and I don't think a lot of people did either. And I think that is one of the things that kind of made it work for me. And I think the style that I play now really shows that influence. I play a little bit of everything, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Ange, how about you?
How about you? Yeah, right.
So for me, I started going out to parties and to the clubs when I was in high school, sneaking out, getting into things, getting into trouble, just kind of fell in love, like searching for that music. Even one step further back when I was a child, I'd watch the new dance show on TV in Detroit, and that was where I could hear the electronic music and see it play out on TV. I also heard it on the radio. We had the Wizard was on the radio when I was a kid growing up. So Jeff Mills was a huge influence, playing a bunch of things. Mojo on WJLB. So that kind of like gave me that basis for the sound that I wanted to go out and find. And I wasn't finding that at like traditional clubs and things like that. So that's kind of what led me to the underground scene. These parties where it wasn't just, radio music being played, top 40 hits and things like that. It was definitely music that you're like, wow, this is something different. This is not rock and roll like my parents liked. This is something totally, totally different. So that's how I ended up in the party scene.
Well, that's
So what
amazing.
did your dad say about the music he liked?
Sorry, what
He won.
yeah.
So what did your dad say? Yeah, Angie's father was a radio DJ on one of the big radio rock channels in Detroit.
All right.
And he would get a lot of the promo issues, and Angie would get into his record collection that he would just bring home and take it from here. And
It's amazing.
So one day he was home and I was listening to the radio, and Good Life came on the radio. So Inner City's Good Life. And there was something about that song that struck me, and I'm like, this is, not what my dad's playing and things like that. So I figured I'd ask him. He's a DJ. Hey, Dad, what kind of music is this? He's like, oh, you like that techno shit? I'm like, yes, I do. I love that techno shit. Yes. And that was like, I think 1989. So that's when he kind of coined what it was that I was searching for, and it's been a never-ending quest ever since that moment.
Wow, it's amazing. But the thing is, it's very like I don't know, like kind of normal, like non understand immediately of the new songs. Like I don't know if for us what's going on with the new music that the guys made it. I don't know, the trap, all the things. How do you think about it? Because it's kind of weird, but they have some kind of similar things. They take for the Detroit techno, the electronic music, but it's not. It's different,
The trap, bass music, dubstep. Like I at first I was, just being kind of like a techno snob, if you will. I didn't quite understand, but then I thought about it. It's more of like genres that get people into the sound of not traditional, like your band, your verse 1, verse 2, chorus sort of situation.
A-B.
Exactly. It gets them out of the formula. So it's introducing that new scene. So once they get in through things like trap music, bass music, EDM, more of the commercial EDM stuff, they always take it to the next step. So they're trying to find out, well, where did this come from? How did this happen? What's the next, natural evolution in the step? And that kind of brings them to the what I consider like Detroit techno and house music and things like that. So I like it because it brings this fresh sense into the scene, this whole fresh wave of new potential lovers of the same kind of music that I like, and they're not going to just, they don't get to listen to Detroit techno on the radio. So they have to discover it other ways, and this is a really great way of getting new people into the scene and things like that. So I love some trap music. I love some bass music. I grew up with bass music. That was just kind of my childhood. Miami bass music, freestyle and stuff like that. So that was like but it's a great way to get everyone into the scene. So that's my thoughts.
And I kind of look at it as every artist is planting seeds for a new generation. And I think it was like, because my music is influenced by a lot of different things, and I don't ever expect my influencers, people who have influenced me, to even understand my shit. Like, I'm a huge Public Enemy fan of the band Public Enemy. I'm a huge Led Zeppelin fan. I'm a huge Metallica fan. But I think a lot of those guys would listen to my stuff and they'd be like, what is this bullshit? I don't expect them to think this is the derivative, but they planted those seeds for me. And I don't expect to be into whatever is out there. I'm just planting seeds. Whatever grows, I can't help it.
Yeah. This is the good thing. I think this is a beautiful vision, actually, for make art and music, for get involved in all the things, because the new generation, when they listen for first time, actually, I think this kind of techno, I think that a lot of them are like going crazy. What is this? What is this sound? I had some familiar, because like the new generation actually have get little points or little sounds from them. So it's very good
for me. And just as a child, as a young teenager, getting into the music of Public Enemy, just kind of going through and understand, and then figuring out, where did those beats come from?
Where's that guitar?
Guitar. Okay, that's the James Brown, that's the funky drummer loop, that's, and that was a seed that was planted in me, and that, I think, kind of translates to what I'm doing now. And like, I still will rewrite those loops for a track, or use those tracks in my set. And it's always been one of those things where it's like you can discover new things from old things. And when people do the research of, hey, where does this music come from? Whether it's hip hop or whatever music, it all has branches on the tree.
Yeah, this is beautiful. How do you see the electronic techno scene in Melbourne, here in this part of the world?
It's very strong. It is very strong. We've connected with a lot of great people here, and who do a lot of great things and have a lot of fun. And I am happy to be along for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have been influenced and built a strong friendship with Melbourne Techno Collective, with everyone who does the Tilt Shift podcast, everyone who is part of stable music and things like that. Like they when you meet your counterparts in another part of the world, and you just know, you're like, oh, there's my people. So we've had a really good introduction to the Melbourne scene through them and through their friendship, and this back and forth. They come to Detroit, we come here now. So like it is a really strong friendship. But the scene reminds me so much of what makes our scene so pure and good, and it's driven on community and friendship, and just really having a high appreciation for really good music, and being able to spend time with your friends making music and listening to music. And I mean, I think that's the whole thing. I really consider my music friends as like my second family. So that's how we feel about everyone here in Melbourne too.
Oh my God, this is amazing! I love it. Look at my husband, because I love the music too. And one of the thing of beautiful that they have is they connect passions and connect people within the same thing. Like you say, our people. It's like a
know.
tribal. It's like a family in the
Exactly.
world, actually.
Exactly. Like I know people in my techno family.
Yeah.
Sorry. Better than I know a lot of people in my actual family. I spend more time with our
The crew.
our squad, our crew, not just our tight crew, but all over the world. And it's pretty great to be literally as far as you can get away from where we live and still have people who enjoy the same things, who have the same qualities and fun and whatever. It just sounds stupid and sounds a little I don't know. I don't know what you.
But this is the passion it is. No?
Yeah, it is. The
This is
passion.
it.
And I think that's mostly because music transcends language. It transcends, any of our personal beliefs behind the system, any religious beliefs. Like if you can come together on a dance floor, I think there could be a lot of world issues solved by just bringing people together on a dance floor, because it totally transcends language, opinions, everything that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, and this is one of the important things that was important for start all the history, actually, the Detroit techno. How do you start it? The binaries? I don't know, all the small group, that they need that space, so they took it, and of course it included the new technology, the machines, stuff like that. So, but first of all, the music connect and make or give the people some place for feeling or for live or for meet each other. Actually.
No,
It's like a big house.
It truly does. It truly
Wow.
does. And actually, one of my favorite stories is a story that Dimitri Hegman from Tresor in Berlin shares. Back when he first started bringing the guys over from Detroit to play music in Berlin, there was an East Berlin and a West, East and West. And they were separated by a wall. And when the wall came down and they were playing Detroit techno in the clubs in Berlin, it reunified the country, because the East Berlin and the West Berlin kids were all dancing together. So it definitely, it's that powerful. It is. They really credit Detroit techno as something that has reunified their city and their country. So I think that
sure.
I don't think there's a more powerful story than that. And they, a lot of people will tell you that Detroit techno was the soundtrack to the reunification of Berlin.
Amazing, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Do you have some words for this part of the history in the music?
After that, I don't know.
No, it's all there.
It's just been a great journey for me as a DJ. I'm not really a musician, but I learned that along the way. But it's been a really great thing to meet people, seriously, from all around the world, all different walks of life, religions, genders, whatever. It has brought so many of our friends, so many people that I've met through the scene into our lives, and it has really been a magical thing. It's really magical.
Yeah.
And it's all through music. I would never know you
Yeah.
if it wasn't for techno music. I would never be here if it wasn't for techno music. It would never, we wouldn't know each other. She booked me for a party. That's how we met.
I'm bugging you for your life.
My birthday party, yeah.
She booked me for her birthday party.
But
and
actually
when
for
she
your life.
turned 23 or something, 22, and she booked me we would never know each other, and we've been together since
22 years.
Yeah, for 22 years. So it's changed my life. It's been the greatest. Sometimes it's a job, but it's a miracle to me, and it has been really awesome. And I've got to see the world. You have too, and it's really great.
Yeah, this is, I think, it's the beautiful thing that we have for the art of the music actually, that we're talking about. So, well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for accept this invitation. I'd like to talk more, but we're running out for the hour. But I don't know. Thank you very much for all the history. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to say thank you to all the people see in the
Hey,
house. And
thank you.
Yeah, we have 3, 1, 2, 3.
Where you at? 1, 2, 3.
So if you like to know more about all these crew, all the passion, you can search like
Detroit
Tech.
Techno Militia and .com or Detroit Techno Militia on anything, pretty much.
Then
Google it.
and go out, people. Go out to the parties and go out to see all these things live because this is the place actually. We're in the middle of the dance floor now. But
Yes.
we need that.
Thank
you very much. Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, brother.
Oh,
Thank
that was amazing. Thank you very much and see you in the next episode. I forgot to say that. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you.
Here, do you want to?
Thank you.